This whole time I was talking, I was on mute. This thing used to take you off mute when the intro ended. Thank you, StreamYard, for changing everything. We appreciate it. Hey, everybody coming in. I was running. Hey, Without Borders, Shally, Kimber, Nicole. I love when you wait for me to be up. You're so kind. I know. I'm not doing a whole lot of the early morning lives. It's hard right now because there's so much going on. Hey, Rachel. What Beach Boy? Don't do that to me. 1-800, good to see you, Pixie. I love Ulta. That's just for you. Did you see me and Heidi chatting it up a little over in Purples earlier? Hey, Ange. Cleaning? Yep. Thank you. Hey, Tebow. Everybody come on into the room. Come on in the room. So we all know. Hey, Jamie, Tiny D, Toe Beans. I love all. I haven't seen you in a minute, Toe Beans. Yeah, me and Heidi were agreeing for once. Mark it down on your calendars. Today's June the 11th. It happened sometime this morning. I did. But you know, they used to unmute you, Michelle, when you would go live. Yes, I did. OG Feisty Cooter. I love saying that name. The streets are on fire. Well, I tell you, the streets are on something. They're on something, that is for sure. It is a mess. Shout out to channels like Allegedly Speculating, who gets right into it. So y'all know at poor old Julie, bless her heart, that's Barney up there. That's how I imagine Julie. The face of a loser. These streets are on Fred's meth. That's funny. If you know, you know. They might, Kimber. Hey, Life Jackie. Hey, Nanny Sharon. Rock a bit. So good to see you, hon. So good to see you. Solid Gold. I bet you wasn't singing Solid Gold yesterday. I'm a loser, baby. So I'll take my Wi-Fi. What are you doing, Al? What do you think about your wife? Anyway, let me get into it. So she went to court. They went to court. They had court yesterday. Half the damn sector was in there. And, well, she chose to withdraw all of her citizens' complaints against Brittany and Craig, and the case was dismissed. The prosecutor had a message for YouTubers. Hey, Body, good to see you. I think you better call time. I don't know. She is 1-800. She is. She gets straight into it. Safe from yeah, I wasn't attending any court hearings yesterday. Hakab, good to see you. Hey, Madison. Yes. Yeah, Nonsense did great too. It is helpful. I posted the screenshots of Julie Skolnick. Hold on, let me see what Body's saying. Julie Skolnick's DMs on why she dropped it. Let me go to your channel. Hold on. Let me find Body. I know I'm subscribed. I subscribed a while back. Oh, okay. Y'all give me just a second. We need to look at Body Movin'. We need to look at her channel real quick. She did. Don't give me the song. By the rights. That's always going to be in my head. When they ask Body to sing it and don't F with cats, she said, no, by the rights. She wasn't singing. All right, let's pull up Body here. Go to her post. Let me add it to stage. Now, see, I just sung the song Body. She said she had a meeting with the prosecutor on the messages from Clues Discord, and he was questioning her about them to the point Al got mad. She told the prosecutor, wow, she just wanted to drop. Let's look at these. Discord DMs Julie Skolnick sent a friend of hers to be distributed. Read for yourselves. We will. Shout out to Body. Oh, I hate the way it does it on here. I'll have to click on it. Julie Skolnick. I'm not going to be paying attention to chat for a minute because I'm going to read this. Let me get hers off there. I'm going to read this. And for whatever reason on your PC, you cannot make it click on full screen. It says, Julie Skolnick, hi. Dropping the charges was not a thought in my head when I woke up on Monday. But after meeting with the prosecutor and knowing that the defendants that made an 11th hour request just that morning that would guarantee more weeks, if not months, long delays before having a trial, I felt crushed once again. The prosecutor, hold on, let me make this bigger for me. The prosecutor has been, what? What is that word? Inundated? Is that the right word? Inundate? Am I saying that right? Oh, well. With people emailing him with so-called evidence, he's receiving a barrage of emails just in the last few days. He was upset by people calling in to question his ethics. Oh, was he, Julie? In fact, he seemed more disturbed by that. Let me make this bigger for me again. By that than what happened and continues to happen to me and my family in the past 6 months. This case has dragged on. He wasn't even sure if he would have to recuse himself. And I would have to find someone else. What? And they would have to find someone else to prosecute the case because how they dragged him into everything with illegal recording on the meeting on April 1st. As some of you know, I am preparing to donate my kidney to a very, very deserving person whose need is becoming a desperate situation. I would not be able to have surgery and also guarantee that I would be available for more court appearances over the summer. This is how she put it. Became extremely upset at the meeting with the prosecutor. He was sent things from Clues Discord by the defendant and asking me, I'll go ahead and switch over here, even though it takes forever to pull up. I do too. Hey, everybody coming in. I'm not looking at the chat. I'm going to read the second part of this. So she became extremely upset at the meeting with the prosecutor. He was sent things from Clues Discord by the defendant and was asking me questions about it as if I somehow was responsible. Al got upset with the prosecutor at the meeting, and I told him, why doesn't he go to Yankee Stadium? I was wondering what that was about. Yankee Stadium and ask people in the bleachers their opinions. She got caught, period. I told him I was done. I couldn't stand any more delays. That's my friend's life is depending on me to donate my kidney. Oh, isn't this convenient? Oh, did y'all hear this? Her friend's life is depending on her to donate her kidney. I asked him only not to make a fuss over it. I didn't want to go to court. He told me I had to, but that he would respect my privacy. But something told me this man wants to give a performance in court. What? And I said to Al last night, Al, I was overthinking things. Hold on. Nobody texts me right now. This is important. Let me get a drink. From victim to martyr, I'll be damned. Hold on, where was I? But something told me this man wants to give a performance in court. And I said to Al last night, Al, I was overthinking things, but that is exactly what the prosecutor did. Sorry, it's not pulled up on the screen yet. I'm just going to have to read it to y'all. It all could have ended after my statement and questioning by the judge, but this prosecutor felt the need to make a fucking speech to defend his reputation. Oh my God, y'all. And then started talking about allegedly speculating and praising her. I couldn't even fucking believe my ears. He has no idea who she is. All caps, all shouty caps. The name she has called me. The disfigured cartoons of me she has put on her thumbnails. I don't think so. Oh, she's big mad. Hold on, let me make sure. All right, let me find where I was. The prosecutor was spiraling, and I kept turning around to look at Al, who was sitting in the back of the courtroom. At on point, when the prosecutor was talking out of his ass, Al got up from his seat and started walking towards the table where I was sitting next to the prosecutor, and police stopped Al and held him back. I was listening to Nonsense earlier, and she doesn't recall that happening, but this is Julie Skolnick's story, so she's going to tell it how she wants. Again, people were expecting justice today, would have been disappointed because they would only have learned that there would be another delay, another continuance. I have been through a lot, and so has my family. I posted a picture and quote on my TikTok of Martin Luther King. Shut up. How dare you, Julie? Justice too long delayed is justice denied. Oh, man, right as I'm reading this, she comes up on my TikTok. Okay, I've read that. Hold on. That's it. All right. Now hold on. These endless delays have come at the cost of justice being served, but I'm alive to fight another day. Girl, get your life. Thank you, Body. Thank you. I did not know. I had heard bits and pieces. I saw the screenshot of her comparing herself to Martin Luther King Jr. I did not know she had wrote all that and closed Discord. Well, I don't know if it includes Discord or she sent it to a friend to be distributed. I don't know if it came from there. I cannot believe what I just read. What? Julie, you lost. You embarrassed yourself. So, y'all got to take this in. She's pissed off at the prosecutor. I'm just going to say this. If Julie had a dog, she wouldn't give her dog. Yeah. The sudden kidney, let's talk about the kidney thing too. Ooh, the screenings you have to go through to give somebody a kidney to make sure that you're healthy enough, because it's not just for the other person that the doctors would be concerned. It's for you as well. I do not believe for a second, and I do not care who gets mad. I don't give a, you cannot make me feel any way. I'm having a hard time believing that she knows she's given a kidney away this summer to a friend. Nope, I don't believe it. Hey, Shayna. Everybody say happy birthday to Shayna. It's her birthday. Yeah, let's see what Buddy says. And her friends own fuck shit behavior against the... Okay, there's a first part to that. She is 100% mad at the prosecutor, did this own investigation on the matters that occurred on YouTube. Oh, she didn't see that coming. She didn't see that coming either. No, she didn't. So there was a rumor going around yesterday that Nonsense on the Web had sent the prosecutor like all of her videos. That wasn't true. He did watch some of the stuff going on out here on YouTube. He did give a little bit of a sermon. And the one that he watched and was most impressed with was allegedly speculating, as you can see in these screenshots that will not pull up. Julie Skolnick was very, leave me alone, was very upset with. I don't know why it does this on the computer. This is annoying. Hold on, let me pull this. Wolfie, happy birthday to my sweet, beautiful friend Shane. Shane, I'll send you that $4.99. Thank you so much, Wolfie. I'll get all these at the end. Oh my God. She really is pissed off at the prosecutor. I'm still taking this in. I did not know that anybody had these. Thank you, Body. I wouldn't have known. I'm sure eventually it would have gotten out. Let me hit the like on that. Yeah, 35 minutes ago you posted these. Oh, man. Let me get my bearings about me. Let me pull up allegedly speculating. We will not play the whole thing. I will drop her link. I want to give hold on just a second. I got thrown off by a phone call. Let me pull this up. Man, Julie, you are a character. What? I don't know. You're like something that a character that somebody would make up in a comedy, but you really exist. Anyway, shout out to allegedly speculating. Let me go get her link.
So we were able to see into the courtroom, and I noticed that it looked like Julie and Al were at the back of the courtroom, and the prosecutor was sitting kind of out in the aisle of the courtroom, and he appeared to be speaking to them.
Now, thank you so much, Beach Boy. Hold on, let me see who got him. You gifted 5 memberships. Thank you. TJ, Lauren, Misfit, Voices, Carrie, and Callie. If you're in here and got one, please thank Beach Boy. I'll get y'all something at the end of this because I want to keep on track here. Thank you so much, Tiny D. I think allegedly speculating has, yes, very fair. And it's been very undeserved. Very undeserved. The way she was treated, and I'm just going to say it, Granny's chat yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before, was so unnecessary. My God, y'all, she's going about this the right way.
It was hard to see. I'm not going to say definitively it was Julie and Al, but it looked like that to me. It's a very small screen.
Oh, I meant to get her link.
The case is called, and it is the state against BJ.
I'm going to be quiet for a minute. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, mods, for dropping the appropriate links. Thank you for the gifted memberships. I'm going to be quiet and let allegedly speculating take this away.
BJ is called to unmute. BJ is on camera. The judge introduces himself and says, complainant alleges that on December 4th of 2025 harassment, and asks her if she's familiar with this complaint. BJ replies, quote, I'm not sure because Ms. Stolnick has, unquote. The judge cut her off and asked again if she's familiar with the contents of the complaint. BJ replies, quote, no, sir, not that one, unquote. The judge says, let me read it to you. You were supposed to be here last time and you didn't appear. You were here on April 1st. Thank you. He says May 14th. BJ says, yes, sir, applying to where he said thank you. And then the judge says, not a problem. The judge says, okay, you're charged within the jurisdiction of this court that between December 4th of 2025 and December 25th, Brittany, you repeated threatening statements and alarming, menacing conduct to Julie Skolnick by communicating electronically over social media to Julie You did suggest bodily harm and death, causing fear and emotional distress to Julie. You also displayed content of autistic son through videos and social media. Police reports were made, and the civil complainant signed the complaint. Also, Craig, and he asked if Craig is there. Craig replies, yes, sir.
Let's stop for just a minute to notice something. First of all, thank you so much, Texas girl, for the $4.99. You're not that late. You probably will need to rewind to the beginning to read what Julie Skolnick has been saying. That's interesting. Stop for a minute to. First of all, who else was shocked that Craig and Brittany both showed up? For one, me. I didn't think they would make it. I really didn't.
The judge says you are charged with making statements, alarming, menacing conduct, also by Julie Skolnick, in violation of the code harassment and petty disorderly persons offense. He says, in any event, you are here today, and I'm glad for that. He calls the prosecutor's name. Prosecutors asked to enter his appearance. The prosecutor does and says he's there on behalf of the state
Yes, both Craig and Brittany showed.
of New Jersey. The judge asked the prosecutor what is going to happen with this case. The judge says that, he has both BJ and Craig on the screen. The prosecutor replies, Miss Skolnick, who is present in court, has advised me in the last couple of days that she wishes to withdraw these complaints. And I have explained to her, I couldn't hear, I have an audible written down. Questioned of her, is this voluntary? The judge says, I will do that, yes. The prosecutor says, but judge, we have a number of spectators here, and there is 5 to 10 minutes worth of history that I need to provide to your honor, because this case goes far beyond the charges that you read to BJ and Craig. And at the
I got to be honest, I've never heard anything like this happening in court where the prosecutor, I mean, you would think this would take all of what, 5 minutes? She's withdrawing. She's done. But no, the prosecutor has a lot to say.
appropriate time, I don't know if you want to question Ms. Skolnick first, her withdrawal, or if you want to hear from me first. The judge asked if what he is requesting that the charges be dismissed. The prosecutor replies yes on Ms. Skolnick's behalf. The judge calls for BJ and asks if she understands what the prosecutor just said to the court. BJ says, yes, sir. The judge asks Craig if he understands. Craig says, yes, sir. The judge says, very good. The judge says, all right, Miss Skolnick, the prosecutor has indicated that you wish to withdraw the charges against BJ and Craig. Is that correct? Now, at this point, you can't hear, like the mic is not on, but you can assume she said yes, because the judge follows that with, are you doing so freely and voluntarily? You can't hear her, but we can assume she says yes. The judge then asks, has anyone promised you anything in exchange for your withdrawal of the charges? At this point, you can hear Julie, and you can hear her reply, no. The judge asks, are you under fear or threat or intimidation?
So he asked her all the, appropriate questions to make sure she's doing this of her own volition and free will. And she is. And Buddy makes a good point, which we're going to get into. Hold on just a second, y'all. Let me let this play.
By BJ or Craig to withdraw these charges. Can't hear anything, Julie says, except sir, because she's talking really low, assuming she says no, sir. He says, okay, you are doing this of your own free will. Are you under influence of meds? Can't hear, but he nods his head and says, okay, nothing is. And then he pauses and he says, okay, you understand totally. Julie says, yes, something is an audible. The judge says, well, you understand totally. She says, yes, judge. And the judge says, okay. The prosecutor says, yeah, she can read her statement when appropriate, judge. Julie speaks, quote, your honor, for reasons, I couldn't hear, personal and time-dependent matter, I am asking the courts to allow me to withdraw all of my citizens' complaints against the parties involved.
Complaints, plural, more than one. Fuck. Oh, and the one on Craig it's over too. the RO, lifetime RO. People were asking about that yesterday. It's done. Yes, prosecutor read all the trolling of BJ includes Discord and was like, what the fuck is this shit? Who is harassing who? This was a horrible, horrible case to take before any judge. I don't care what state you live in, Julie. In the state of New Jersey, in the state, you can, citizens complaint. Barney, citizens arrest. No, that was the other dude. Gomer. Anyway, this was horrible. This was such a misuse. Oh my God. I'm just so disgusted. And whoever cheered this on, I hope you're embarrassed because this was never going anywhere. It really wasn't. So I'm sorry if you got your hopes up. That's embarrassing. And the fact that Clue and Granny, I'm very confused by them too. Yesterday, when I was listening to them, they kept acting like something big was going to happen with Brittany. We'll get into that here in a little bit. Nothing ever big happened. It was so silly. It confused a lot of people. Thank you, Grandma Sherry, a member for 15 months. Thank you. Yeah, it was just all gross and embarrassing. This is one of the most embarrassing things I've seen out of this sector thus far, and I've seen a lot.
The need for the request to withdraw all complaints in this case is known to the prosecutor and is of a sensitive nature that my family and I wish to remain private. So I humbly ask this request to your honor on my own without pressure or influence of others. Thank you. Unquote. The judge replies, thank you. And then the judge says, okay, prosecutor, you wanted to address the court regarding these matters, correct? The prosecutor says, yes. The judge says, please do so. Okay, get ready. I don't know if I was telling you or me, but I'm ready. Okay, so the prosecutor is speaking. This case came to me the way every other case comes to me, in the ordinary, I couldn't hear it, I guess ordinary manner or ordinary way. This case involves civilian complaints. They were originally written as fourth-degree cyber harassment. The cyber aspect being the fact that this conduct that was alleged appeared on YouTube primarily in the course of prosecuting this matter, as I am required to do when there is a civilian complainant, excuse me. I've interviewed Ms. Skolnick, and we had on April 1st the preliminary hearing, at which time I was in my office in a Zoom platform and in the prosecutor's breakout room with BJ, Craig, Julie, and SD, which we know is Sal DeLuca. Somebody managed to infiltrate that and put it on the internet. That 13.
So the whole thing with the first hearing with Brittany is being brought up. The recording that was played here on the internet, on YouTube, that's being brought up.
15-minute Zoom breakout session. The judge says, quote, private session with both defendants, unquote. Prosecutor says yes. The judge says, and with Ms. Skolnick? The prosecutor says yes. The prosecutor says, and nobody, including me, knew I was being recorded or it was being recorded. It's now, I don't know how many thousands of views. At prior court appearance, I said 50,000 because Julie told me, but I don't know how many. But it's beyond ridiculous. And Judge,
there's no 50,000 views of that video, even at this point. There's no 50,000 views. Julie, get off the internet. Seriously. Stick to laying your head in a pillow and whining with high filters on. This was so embarrassing. That's the only word I can think of right now. It's just so embarrassing. And for all of those who really thought some type of, oh, this is the big moment. This is what's going to bring Brittany to her knees. With Julie Skolnick? How stupid you must feel. Imagine waking up this morning and having to convince yourself that this was all a dream.
I have to make these comments because I feel our court is being weaponized inappropriately. And I don't want that to happen anymore. I completely respect Ms.
Right.
Skolnick's decision that she just announced not to pursue this case. In fact, I admire her for that. In fact, I commend her for that because he pauses, and I would encourage anyone who is visiting with us today to consider doing the same thing that Julie is. I have learned, Judge, from watching, and I say this on the souls of my family, 50 to 100 hours of videos on this case.
How many?
I am not exaggerating. And I say this on the souls of my family, 50 to 100 hours of videos on this case. I am not exaggerating. It is all over the place.
It's in one sector. I heard he spoke about it in a way. He even tried to compare it to a case that's going on right now that I'm not very familiar with, and people really didn't like that.
There's one particular lady, I'm going to say this to her in a complimentary manner, and I'll just use her initials. Her online screen name initials are AS. Okay. She did a 2 hour and 39 minute and 57 second presentation of this case, basically start to finish, almost like my paralegal would do. And I compliment her because it was very honest. She downloaded all of the police reports through Opera. Now, the judge looked a bit concerned at that moment.
Yeah.
I'll show you what he's talking about. Hold on. Okay, so not the two new reports, but this one right here is the one he's talking about from 10 days ago. And it is titled The Julie and BJ Case This Far. And it's 2 hours, 37 minutes, and 59 seconds. That's the video he is referring to.
I would just like to know, for the people who thought that justice was going to come in the form of Julie Skolnick, how you thought that, the court system was going to resolve your grudges, because essentially that's what you thought. You thought that the system was going to be set up for you all, and this will happen in the future. Just know that. The court system is set up to resolve legitimate and legal matters. Just want to remind everybody. It's not for your grudges. It's not to punish critics. So, let me let this play.
Okay, continuing. The judge looked a bit concerned at that point.
No,
He
I
said, and
get
I
it.
will speak on Opera in a minute, but she put every police report in chronological order, all of the conversations, and it's accurate. And this lady I'm talking about, kept her own feelings out of it for the most part. But what I've learned, Judge, there are people in this world that hate Julie, and there are people in this world that hate BJ, and there are people that hate both Julie.
It's a good point, Body. I was against the RICO. Saying we all were. We would state it. It was never enough, though. I don't know how that's coming from me. I don't know how folks against the injunction were okay with this too. We ask the same. If you're not okay with the RICO or the injunction, how were you okay with Julie doing this? Imagine that, Callie. UA reporting inaccurately. Sounds like a name of a channel. UA reporting inaccurately, back at it again.
And BJ, but they hate one more than the other.
There is
And
the
I can't
woman of
control
the
that.
hour.
And I don't.
Thank you, allegedly speculating. And I do mean this. Thank you for all you've done, keeping up with this whole crazy back and forth case. You've done amazing. Thank you, Carl. Thank you for hitting the like. Your videos have gotten me through a lot of this as far as understanding. I'm not a true crime person. I've always said that. I'm not really into, I mean, I'll watch true crime, but as far as me getting up here and telling you about the laws and stuff, I'm not into true crime. You have been clear, concise, and to the point. And for those of us who wanted the truth and only the truth, we thank you. Some of us just wanted clarity. That's all we wanted. And we were able to get that through you. Thank you so much, allegedly speculating.
Condone it. This is what YouTube, this is the internet. It's a tremendous benefit to everyone, but it can be abused just like opera can be abused. Now, this lady, AS, she did everything legally. And I have. And I have
Sure
no
did.
quarrel with that. In fact, I have watched her 2 hour, 37-minute video 3 or 4 times. And I recently watched some of her other videos where she reports these things. She keeps her own opinions out of it. In fact, I have learned from watching her that she doesn't particularly like BJ or Julie. And that is true.
She even gave us an eye. She looked at us and said, "That is true." Same for me. But it didn't matter what we said. Those of us that knew that this was wrong, what Julie was doing, somehow, some way, it always went back to, "You're a Britney simp. You're a Britney simp." No, I'm not. I just prefer the truth. That's all. I prefer facts over your hate. Y'all have made a circus of this place. And y'all know who that applies to. It doesn't apply to you all. Wow, Shayna, gifted 10 members. Lady, it is your birthday. And you gifted 10 memberships. Wow. Thank you, Shayna. I'll get everybody's gifted, their milestones, and anybody that super chatted. Thank you so much. I'll get that towards the end. Thank you so much, Shayna. If you're in here and you got one, please thank Shayna. And remember, today is her birthday.
Nevertheless, opera. I am not the legislator. I am not the governor. I am simply a prosecutor doing my job. Opera exists for very valid reasons, but it is subject to abuse. And I am not suggesting that anyone abused it here, but we need to be careful, especially when there may be sensitivities, I apologize, involved. I'm talking about children or spousal interfamily issues, things of that nature. And this case is not that. The first time I met Julie, I said, "How do you know these people?" And she said, "Well, I don't really know them. I know them through YouTube."
I was hoping somebody was Body. Body says, "I'm making an opera request for the audio myself because I will not be told. I don't know what happened because I didn't hear it myself." I'm glad you are. And I knew somebody or a lot of people will, because that's what we're going to be told. We're already being told that. Thank you, Body.
Right. Okay. And I said, "What are you talking about? They're 600 miles away in the Carolinas and you've never met." But I have learned through this case that people have tremendously different opinions. As kind as possible, our court is not equipped. Let me back that up. God chose to put 8 billion of us on this planet at once. It is inevitable that some are going to say and do some things that will offend other people. I get it. I offend people by not pulling away from a red light when it turns green in less than a millionth of a second. I get horns blown at me and hand gestures, but I don't really care.
You know, you could be onto something, Amber, in a way to shame her. And honestly, she needed to be shamed. I think he wanted to make Julie so uncomfortable and upset so that she won't have any urge to do this again. And I hope that's what his motive was, because she needs to feel uncomfortable. She needs to feel stupid. I don't know if she's possible of that. You're welcome, So Bedazzled. I don't know if she's possible of that. She seems like she's void of self-awareness, honestly. Um, but yeah, this is a lesson. I hope she understands that, but I just don't believe it. I think Julie will try this again. Give her a year.
But harassment, like love, is in the eye of the beholder. So what may bother me may not bother someone else. So I am respectful of this. What I don't respect is that our court is being weaponized and monetized because these people get paid on YouTube, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. Apparently, YouTube has no problem with it. So it's not my business. I stay out of it because I choose to. Judge, that 13-minute prosecutor's video, just to give you an example, the judge interjects, quote, "Did she report it?" Unquote. Julie, did she report it to jurors?
Oh
It's
God,
been reported. That's the judge. And the prosecutor,
we might have to check that out. I would like to compare UA's notes to nonsenses and allegedly speculatings. How far off was it?
replies, "It's been reported." That's a real good question, Judge. This case started with a referral to the county prosecutor's
Kitty,
office.
kitty.
The prosecutor, even though it alleged cyber harassment, which is not cognizable, I can't say that word, cognizable in this court, the judge says it's an indictable offense. The prosecutor replies, because it's an indictable offense, nevertheless, send it back here as simple harassment. Now it's cyber because it's YouTube by definition. But the county prosecutor's office chose to entrust it to us here. Okay, fine. That happens often. And I take my responsibility here seriously. And I investigated this case like I investigate every case that's entrusted to me. I got an email, Judge, from someone in like Arizona, and I'm holding up a piece of paper, and you can see there's all these little colored blurs, links. I clicked on every one and I watched every one of those videos.
Oh, this poor man. Oh man. Whew. He put in the time. He really did.
Which were disparaging to Miss Skolnick. It's just amazing the kind of anger and hatred that's out there. Judge, I would love to cure this. Honestly, Your Honor, I am not that good.
Okay.
There's nothing I can do that can solve this. I will say this is the kind of case that I will encourage. He stops for a minute, and Julie has taken the initiative to do it without my suggestion. But my thought, if you're interested in my thought, just as a human being, not even as a prosecutor or a lawyer, is why don't we all just do what we were all taught by our parents, which is to treat people with kindness, courtesy,
Kim
and human
K.
decency and understanding, patience, compassion,
Whew,
and
he
empathy.
did.
And that's what we need. I mean, to ridicule a person's appearance right now might be somebody don't like my tie, or I don't know what they don't like about me, but that, like I said, that doesn't bother me.
I'm not gonna lie, I would have zoned out at this point. Shout out to allegedly speculating and nonsense for keeping focused and writing in shorthand form. I would have zoned out, especially at this juncture. Good God.
It's just completely overbearing. That does not mean that there's any criminality involved. Unkindness is not
Sigma.
forbidden by law. And that's possibly part of the reason, and I don't know, Julie's reasons. And to the extent that I choose to not disclose them out of respect for her.
He did,
Make sure I didn't
Rebel.
miss a page.
He's a talker. Yeah.
Okay. Let me read that sentence again. Unkindness is not forbidden by law, and that's possibly part of the reason, and I don't know Julie's reasons. And to the extent that I do, I choose not to disclose them out of respect for her. That made more sense. But now, with the help of the other people involved all over the country, I'm talking Arizona, North Carolina, the judge says, I'm hoping right now, I'm telling everyone listening, I hope nobody is recording screenshots, anything, audio, video involving this session.
Yes, Tiff. He went with our crazy ass this time. I don't know why I heard your voice when I read that. Yeah, 368 in here. If you haven't yet, please hit the like. The prosecutor 100% saw that Discord and told Julie, never mind, y'all. Did you catch the beginning, Peg? Check out Bodies, the Real Body Moving, her community wall post. I might read it again. I honestly might. Wow.
Prosecutor, this has taken on, the prosecutor continues speaking now, and the prosecutor is saying, this has taken on a life of its own. This has taken on a life of its own. It's got a traction like more than Carmelo Anthony homicide conviction trial that's going on. He was saying, you know, what's in the news right now? That's the Carmelo Anthony trial.
People did not like this, and it's not true. It has not got that much traction. Please stop. We are a very small sector. YouTube is a huge place. This sector is very small. We're not, no. It took up, it got a lot of traction in this sector, but please don't act like it's breaking news.
It's got more traction than that, according to the prosecutor. Judge says, okay. Prosecutor says, I mean, it's unbelievable. The judge says, all right, what I'm going to do, prosecutor interjects once, judge, a couple of things. The judge tells him to finish up. Prosecutor continues, I don't want anyone to construe her withdrawal of these complaints as being energized, because that's not what it is. I don't want today's proceedings to result in heightened discourtesy against anyone. And when I say not weaponize us,
y'all, I'm going to let her play. I'll be right back. I haven't left. I'll be right back to give my commentary.
Our police department, which is open 24/7, 365, Your Honor and I, our court staff, are here to entertain anybody's complaint for anything. And then it goes through a screening process. That's certainly open to everybody at any time. I'm not suggesting it's not. I just don't think that this case warrants the kind of energy that it's gotten. My integrity has been impugned in this case, and it's partially for the reason that people only know one side, just like I only know one side of this. The way our court system works is when I represent an alleged victim complainant as Julie, I only hear her side. I don't hear the other side until I get an email like this, and he holds up the Arizona email with the blurred out boxes and links and things, or some of the other communications I've got. Then I can investigate that. I'm not going to call BJ or Craig and ask them for their version. That would be grossly improper. The judge says the defendants in this matter, as the defendant in any other matter, is innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. The prosecutor agrees. The prosecutor says BJ has chosen to share some things with me, which I respect and I've accepted, and I acknowledge receipt of that thereof. But I've been doing this for 49 years. I've spent 17 years as a member of the New Jersey Supreme Court Ethics Committee. My integrity and ethics are paramount to me. Now, part of my comments back on May 13th, I said I was talking about Julie, and there was a comment by one of the defendants, we know where you live, we know where your husband lives, we know your neighborhood. And I interjected because that's my personality. I said, her neighborhood, I live in her neighborhood. Well, guess what? We're in a small town. It's 3 square miles, including water and woods. It's 1.8 miles from the north border to the south border. We are less than 9,000 people. I live by a town that's like 30 miles, and there's like 73 people in that town. I just found that interesting. Let me hush. I've lived here since 1970 when I was a teen. My family.
Oh my God. I'm surprised the judge wasn't saying, let's wrap it up, son. Let's wrap it up. We're in the 70s now. Oh my God. Yes, just Jake. Very hyperbolic. And someone else said, after watching Nonsense and Allegedly Speculating, sorry, this was probably coming up in his algorithm. He may not know how that works. I don't know. Here we go. Whew, he's almost done.
Siblings, and I still live here. I know everybody. My parents owned a business here. I've been in this court prosecuting on countless
Oh,
occasions.
I bet.
So it's inevitable, but I don't want it suggested that in any way compromise my integrity
Hey, Vibrate.
because I'm afraid because I'm a neighbor to Julie who I've never met in my life until 2 months ago. Maybe she shops where I do, but other than that, I've never met her to my knowledge. And to suggest that I'm either
Well, you'll never forget her now. Hello, far. I'm so sorry.
intimidated by the other interaction from outside this court or that it has in any way influenced me, nothing can be further from the truth.
I do too, educated, yeah.
He continues, the judge says, prosecutor, your integrity is not questioned in this court, in this county, or in this state. Prosecutor says, thank you. I appreciate that very much. I just don't want anybody leaving thinking, and this is prosecutor speaking, I don't want anybody leaving thinking, oh, the fix was in. Somebody told somebody something. Somebody shook hands on the
Yes, someone had mentioned UA's interpretation. Her, good grief, her notes. I think she was on an Irish channel or something, and somebody said they were basically the same. I don't know. I haven't heard them yet. I will be. I'll probably check that out to see if UAs are close to allegedly speculating and nonsense because theirs are the same pretty much.
side. That didn't happen. I
Allegedly
investigated
and
this case just
nonsense.
like any case written by my police officers, some of whom were standing here now. And I get both sides of the story. And sometimes there is a side of the story that I didn't hear. You know, I get a speeding ticket, 45 and a 25. And when the driver comes in here, I say, why were you speeding so much? They say, I just got a phone call. My mother, she's elderly. She had fallen. I was trying to get home. I was frantic. Okay, okay, he says. Is your mother okay? The person replies, she's fine now. Prosecutor says, did you tell that to my police officer? And the person says, no, I was scared. I was crying. I didn't tell him. I hear a second part and I can think like a human being because we all need to treat each other that way. And we need
The judge is about to tell him to wrap it up.
to have some understanding. And my police officers understands that is how I execute my office as municipal prosecutor. I am thrilled to be here. I
Lady
love my
K.
job and I don't want to lose my job over something like this. I just don't want anyone to think that anything went in any way sideways here because it didn't. I watched all of those videos and like I said, as far as as far as she's
That's what I'm picking up too, Amber. He's letting Julie know without just coming out and saying, "You lied to me, lady. You lied to me." I have watched videos on YouTube. I've watched you, and you lied. That's what I'm picking up too. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what I'm picking up.
concerned, hers were extremely helpful to me. She oriented me to things that
He's taken the long way home, but he wants his moment to tell Julie, "Listen, bitch, I read." Yeah, there you go. I was about to say that, and I read your Discord messages. Exactly. That was about to come out of my mouth. I looked down, and there it is. Yes, I mean, granted, he's taken the long way home, but he's taken us home.
I was, but she also pointed out to me where things looked a little suspicious. I'm going to pause right here and also let y'all know I've never emailed the prosecutor. I did not reach out to him. I did not send him my videos. None of that. I have spoken to the lady who helps with offer request. And I think it's the same lady that gives us the Zoom link. So I've spoken to her. I've submitted offer requests to the police department, but I've not contacted the prosecutor. So I don't know how he got my videos and started watching them, but I do appreciate his compliments. That was very
I would say, yeah, I wonder how he did get allegedly speculating. I think he may have just went to YouTube himself. I don't know. And started looking this up himself. I'm not sure.
kind of him. Continuing. And
Oh,
I'm
right,
addressing those
Lorna?
things now. Wait a minute.
He
Let me take
does.
you back so you understand. I said,
Oh,
as far as allegedly speculating, or AS, as far as she's concerned, hers were extremely helpful to me.
bless
She
her.
oriented me to things that I was, and he pauses, but she also pointed out to me where things looked a little suspicious. And I'm addressing those things now. The judge says, well, you have no concern before this court. Like I said, I know your integrity. You've appeared in front of this court, not only as the prosecutor, but as a defense attorney. And there's no question in my mind about your integrity, okay? The prosecutor interjects, Judge, that this is a First Amendment case. I completely respect the First Amendment. The first or second day of law school, you and I were taught the First Amendment means you can't shout out the word what in a crowded theater. Fire. Yes, fire. Actually, like in my mind was like fire at that time.
Why was I thinking bomb? I thought oh, that's the airport.
You can't shout out fire. Those are not my words. That's the U.S. Supreme Court like 100 years ago.
He's
The First Amendment is
decompressing.
not
Yes.
absolute. The First Amendment needs to be tempered with kindness and decency and human compassion and not be weaponized. I respect the First Amendment. I respect everybody's ability to exercise their right under the First Amendment, but not as a weapon. And Judge, this is something else that a lot of the people observing, even those like quote AS,
Oh, that was you? Okay, there was somebody else being accused of telling Brittany to show up to court, which was good advice. But I'm glad that it came out that it was you. Thank you, Crispy Treat, because someone else was being accused of being the one to go in there and tell her that.
unquote, who's tried to be completely, I
I bet
mean,
he
watching her
retires.
is like watching 20 counterpoints. She gives everything, both sides of the equation, and I respect that. But I have an oath that these people don't know about, Your Honor.
Mhm.
Your Honor knows about it. Some of the attorneys present know about it. I took an oath, and New Jersey Supreme Court tells me and every other prosecutor, whether it's on this municipal level or county level or on New Jersey Attorney General's office, my obligation. I forget the name of the case, New Jersey Supreme Court case. I had it memorized in terms of this content. The duty of a
Yep.
prosecutor is not necessarily to seek a conviction, but to see that justice is done. I wish I could achieve justice in this.
Dumbest chapter in this sector's history. Clue, go away and take Julie with you and keep her with you.
Case, Judge. I hope Your Honor can put everyone at rest that their case has gotten extremely diligent attention from this court and that we would love to do justice in this case. But at some point, these people need to take the bull by the horns by themselves and bring justice into their own lives. The judge says three parties were
You know, I agree with that statement. One, that would be acting like adults. There's a start. If somebody has a differing opinion than yours, you don't have to lose your fucking mind and want to dox out their whole family. I sounded like the bee right there. I said dox out. Ugh. You don't have to dox their whole family. You don't have to call up their jobs. You don't have to take a picture of their baby and turn it into a demon. I don't know. Act like an adult. There's a start.
affected by this. Quote, Miss Goldnick, Miss Jackson, and Mr.
And
Black.
please remember that the courts, the system, is not for you all to hash out your petty fucking drama. Okay? I've said this before. Julie has done this to someone most of us don't like. Okay. That's Brittany and Craig. I think what a lot of people are forgetting is this will be a trickle down effect. Starts with Brittany and Craig, someone you don't like. Okay. Hope they win. She deserves it, blah, blah, blah. Well, what about the next and the next and the next? People like Julie Skolnick put commentary channels in a really bad position. One reason I would have never supported what she was doing, besides the obvious, the misuse. Exactly. Also, right is right.
By what you're telling me, I appreciate your comments, Prosecutor LaSalle, and BJ and Craig. Before I conclude this matter, now this is the judge speaking. I find it necessary to address the conduct that has surrounded these proceedings. The court notes that the underlying complaints are being dismissed by the complainant, and therefore no findings of fact or terminations regarding the merits or the allegations have been made. Nothing stated by the court today should be interpreted as a finding that any party is guilty of any offense. That said, the court is deeply troubled by the conduct that has occurred during these proceedings. The court has become aware of allegations that court proceedings may have been recorded and disseminated without authorization. That private communications associated with these proceedings have been publicized through social media and other online platforms, and that various individuals aligned with both sides of this dispute have engaged with public commentary podcasts, social media postings, recordings, and other communications concerning these matters. The court will not tolerate that conduct. It undermines the dignity, integrity, security, and orderly administration of justice. Court proceedings are not entertainment. Judicial proceedings are not vehicles for personal vendettas, public ridicule, online harassment, or social media campaigns. The courthouse exists to resolve disputes in a fair, orderly, and lawful manner. If the participants or other supporters attempt to litigate matters through social media, public broadcast, podcast, recordings, or other online platforms, they risk compromising the judicial process and creating unnecessary hostility, intimidation, and security concerns. A particular concern to this court is that it jeopardizes the safety and security of not only the litigants, personnel, the attorneys, prosecutor, witnesses, and also members of the public. No person appearing before this court has the right to engage in behavior that threatens, intimidates, harasses, or places others at risk. Nor will,
which in my opinion, Craig or Brittany did to Julie Skolnick. That's my opinion. Craig and Brittany guilty of a lot of things, of course they are. But this was never it.
the court tolerate efforts to use social media or public platforms to inflame tension surrounding pending court matters. The court further reminds all persons present that unauthorized recording of court proceedings, court personnel, or private communications may and do violate court rules unless you are permitted to do so by the court. They also violate court directives and applicable laws and may be subject to individual sanctions or other appropriate legal action. The court expects all participants and their advocates to comply with those requirements. The court also finds it necessary to address the overall tone and conduct demonstrated throughout this matter. Behavior exhibited by various individuals associated with both sides has reflected a level of immaturity and hostility that is inconsistent with the respect owed to the judicial process.
Exactly, Kimber, and you don't have to show up to every fight or argument. And something you definitely shouldn't do is use the justice system to dispute that for you. Not every disagreement, insult, criticism, hurt feelings need to go to the level of legal violation. This is one of the dumbest things I've ever witnessed in this sector, and I'm sure we have not seen the end of it. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that they sound like they want to anyway, Clue and Cletus, pursue something with Brittany. whatever.
Regardless of personal disagreements, all participants are expected to conduct themselves with civility, restraint, and respect for the rule of law. Let me be clear. While these complaints are being dismissed today, the court decision should not be viewed as an endorsement of the conduct that has occurred. To the contrary, court strongly condemns any actions that undermine the administration of justice, threaten court security, harass participants, bring disrepute.
And I think that's something that's going to, I think we're going to see an uptick in this. This is like the new way of a get back of like calling CPS on people. Remember when people used to call the food stamp office on people, report them, lie on them, whatever. This is a new way of doing things, and the court systems need to get hip to this. That's the only word I can think of right now. That YouTubers, content creators will be using the courts to settle online disputes going forward. Yes, agreed. I can Julie was the one who started the poke war. She definitely did. I think they will. Courts are going to start putting the smackdown. Look, they're not going to take kindly to the waste of their time like this.
Upon the judicial process, should similar conduct in connection with the future proceedings, this court will not hesitate to take whatever action is authorized and necessary to protect the integrity of the proceedings, the safety of all court personnel, and the orderly administration of justice. The parties and all others associated with this matter are expected to move on from this dispute, refrain from further conduct that perpetuates hostility, harassment, or public attacks rising.
If I were either one of them, Brittany, Craig, Julie, Al, I wouldn't speak about each other going forward. I really wouldn't. And when this is done, and it's almost done, for those of you who just got in here, I'm going to read you something that Julie Skolnick said. Hang on. There is my girl Eliza. There is no law against saying mean things to someone else that says mean things to you or about you. It isn't for court to settle. Thank you. Brittany, that goes for you too.
From these proceedings. The court remarks are directed equally to all parties involved and made solely for the purpose of preserving the integrity, dignity, and security of the judicial process. Thank you. Having said that, the state against Craig is dismissed at the victim's request. An order expedite expungement of the matter. Complaint number 10 is also dismissed at the request of the victim. Please enter an expedited expungement on Ms. Jackson's matter as well. All proceedings in this court are completed. BJ says thank you. BJ says thank you again. Prosecutor says thank you. The judge to the judge. The judge says okay. Craig and BJ, you may leave. And then he calls the next matter.
God, she's good.
Now, I'm going to end this video by just asking you to please hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. I can put my little outro, but when I do that and edit the video, it takes forever to download onto my computer. And then, so I have to wait for it to download like the edited version of this video with my little video outro. And then I have to re-upload it because I'm like in the middle of mountains.
All right, we'll stop sharing that. Thank you so much, allegedly speculating. Chef's kiss, exactly. She did really good. Nonsense gave a good synopsis as well. But as always, allegedly speculating, just that's it, short to the point. Thank you, Grandma Sherry. Now, I couldn't figure out why people were attacking her. I couldn't either. I mean, I don't like to use the word attack, but honestly, it was, they were being aggressive with allegedly speculating. Use those damn noise cancellation for yes. Eliza says, I feel like Julie and BJ were the little girls at the school teacher. They won't let me play with them. Oh, God. So unnecessary. Now, I know a lot of you all probably were not here. Hold on. This is interesting. Oh, God, give me a second. Hold on. If you weren't here at the beginning, and y'all know how this goes, for whatever reason, it will not pull it up community wall post. It doesn't pull it up well on here. So I'm going to read it again. Let me go to her channel. I'll read it from my phone. I think it's worth another read. So this is what Julie had to say afterwards. I have to pull it up from my phone. I thought I was subscribed to Body. Well, I am now. All right. So here we go again. So I will not be paying attention to chat for just a few minutes. Here's what Julie had to say. It says Discord DM Julie Skolnick. Julie Skolnick sent a friend of hers to be distributed. Read for yourself. Julie Skolnick. Hi, dropping the charges was not a thought in my head when I woke up on Monday, but after a meeting with the prosecutor and knowing that the defendants made an 11th hour request just that morning that would guarantee more weeks, if not months, of long delays before having a trial, I felt crushed once again. Oh, did you, Julie? The prosecutor has been, and I really don't know that word, inundated? Someone let me know. With emailing him with so-called evidence, he received a barrage of emails just in the last few days. So suddenly it's everybody else's fault that this is happening. Okay. She's the martyr now too, and the victim. He was upset by people calling into question his ethics. In fact, he seemed more disturbed by that than what had happened and continues to happen to me and my family. In the past 6 months, this case was dragged on. He wasn't even sure if he would have to recuse himself. And hold on, let me make this bigger. I'll blow it up. And they would have to find someone else to prosecute the case because how they dragged him into everything with the illegal recording of the meeting on April 1st. As some of you know, I'm preparing to donate my kidney to a very, very deserving person who's in need, whose need is becoming a desperate situation. I would not be able to have surgery and also guarantee that I would be able for more court appearances over the summer. I was extremely upset at the meeting with the prosecutor. He sent things from Clue's Discord by the defendant and was asking me, let me find my place because I had to go to the second one, and was asking me questions about it as if I was somehow responsible. Al got upset with the prosecutor at the meeting and told him, why doesn't he just go into a Yankees stadium and ask people in the bleachers their opinions? I told him I was done. I couldn't stand any more delays and that my friend's life is depending on me to donate a kidney. I'm sorry, I don't believe her, folks. I asked him not to make a fuss over it. I didn't want him to go to court. You didn't want Al to go to court? Okay, sure. Al, told me I had to, but that he would respect my privacy. What? But something told me this man wants to give a performance in court. And I said, hold on. He wants to, okay, she's talking about the prosecutor wants to give a performance in court. And I said to Al last night, Al, I thought I was overthinking things, but this is exactly what the prosecutor did. It could have all ended after my statement and questioning by the judge, but this prosecutor felt the need to make a fucking speech and defend his reputation, and then started talking about allegedly speculating and praising her. I couldn't fucking believe my ears. He has no idea who she is, the name she has called me, the disfigured cartoons of me she puts on her thumbnails. The prosecutor was spiraling. I kept turning around to look at Al, who was sitting in the back of the courtroom. Wait a minute. On point when the prosecutor was talking out of his ass, Al got up from his seat and started walking towards the table where I was sitting next to the prosecutor, and police stopped Al and held him back. Okay. Again, people who were expecting justice today would have been disappointed because they only would have learned that there would be another delay, another continuance. I have been through a lot, and so has my family. I posted a picture and quote on my TikTok of Martin Luther King, justice too long delayed is justice denied. And that's pretty much the end of that. Let me get back over here to you all. Justice was served. Let's see what y'all are saying. Yeah, all of a sudden, now there's an organ to give away. I don't believe her. I'm sorry. No one's going to make me feel bad about that. He saw right through you, Julie. Does the truth bother you? Good question. Yeah, respect her privacy. She blasted on social media. I know, but I did anyway. Yeah, but he was honest, Julie. Yep. And now suddenly she has to give away an organ, which I don't believe that. I'm sorry. You have got to. I didn't even add it to this stage. I'm sorry, y'all. Anyway, reading it was better than posting it because it won't pull it up. Is the kidney gold? Good question. There's a lot to go through to even make sure that you're a candidate for giving somebody your kidney. You've got to be in tip-top shape, health as well. I don't know. This is just all so bizarre. Wow, so odd that all the people that watched court didn't see. I know. None of them seem to have seen Al get up and have to be held back. That would have been a problem. It made me giggle, rebel soul. It did. And once you give someone a kidney, you have to be on medication for the rest of your life as well. Okay, good to know. Solid gold. So what she's going to be doing the rest of her life. Soup, a whole organ. When, where you going to say something, buffoon? Yeah, next week it'll be I'm not a match. Now she has, you think, oh, was she over the age? I'll have to look into that. At 55 years old, giving a kidney, I don't believe it either. I just do not believe any of this. This woman is crazy. She really thought that she was going to go in here, and I do believe she had people in her ear upon further thinking and listening and watching. I don't think it was just Clue and Cletus. I think there have been several people in her ear. I am very confused yesterday over on Granny's. Clue was up there. There was going to be this big, oh man, something was coming down the pipe y'all. It was huge. It was big. And it had something to do with Brittany. Nothing ever came through. You're welcome, Shayna. That was from Shayna. Shayna. Or Cheyenne, I'm sorry. But they kept acting like something was coming through. Nothing came through that was so big on Brittany. I think it was, I don't like talking about the baby, but it was said that they were speculating in Clue's Discord. Give me just a second. I know where to go. Sorry, y'all. I think it was War Eagle. Oh, this looks new. Yeah, 2 hours ago. Let me add this to stage. Since everyone is asking about the horrible rumors going around in Clue's Discord at the Cluminati, absolutely put it out that allegedly Brittany J. lied to the prosecutor about why her and Craig missed the last court hearing. She told her subs it was the most evil of evil things, but she didn't say exactly what. This led her Discord to try to guess about what the lie was. Yes, the words stillborn were absolutely said in her Discord, and yes, they came up with several other things. Clue purposely stated a nasty rumor. A troll with a brand new account came into Brittany's live stream 2 days ago and left a disgusting comment. As I've been saying since day one, the person behind all the fuck shit going on in these streets is absolutely Clue, who is making up lies or is listening to lies Julie Skolnick told her. Let's see what this is. Oh my God. This is going to be bad. I'm going to have to go to it through my phone. Hold on, y'all. I'm not looking at chat, so mods. Thank you, mods. So let me read this. This is, oh God, Bitter Tea. You again? You again? You didn't put Queen on that report, did you? Let's see. Bitter Tea and Bitter Tea's voice. I'm not saying that the remainder of the allegations are true or false. It causes too much drama. That's not what the hearing is about. It's about threats on BJ's live. I don't know who CJ is. I've got to do it in the voice. It's not going to pull it up. I'll read it. Somebody named CJ said, I just don't know what they're going to do about it from a Zoom. Also, if the alleged info came from Julie, I'm wondering how true it is. I don't know. Well, CJ seems to have a little sense. CJ again says, I believe her words were on a scale of 1 to 10. It's 1 million, not one, whatever that means. Palm Tree Lover says, yes, I can't stand waiting. Laugh out loud. Palm Tree Lover again says, yes, and it's evil. Palm Tree Lover says, someone asked Clue while live how bad the lie in court will be on a scale of 1 to 10. She said, meaning Clue, million, and it's evil. Oh, really? Wonder what happened to that. Fox and Sock says, evil lie / lies, the worst of the worst, even for her. This has to be, oh my God, this has to be big if that's the case. I can't even fathom. But yet we didn't hear anything yesterday, did we, folks? What was the big thing? This is on War Eagles, and it's not showing up on my screen. It's on War Eagles, and it's from Clue's Discord. Palm Tree Lover says, I hope it's true and she gets accountability. That don't make sense. We71 said, BJ made an excuse why she didn't attend via Zoom. However, she went live. That was the last time her and Julie had court. And that is true. She didn't go. She didn't hit the Zoom link, and then she did go live. Brittany did do that. So whatever excuse she uses, Julie can debunk it. I think she said something about the baby. Doesn't matter. The excuse Julie can prove she lied. Now the question is, what did she say? Hold on just a second, y'all. All right. Next page. I don't know who this is. Yes, I'm very curious what was said. Whatever it was, I'm hearing it was evil and the lowest of the lows. Someone says, my hunch, if correct, if what is going around is true, as soon as I heard evil and being a stillborn mom, I've got a gut feeling. Really? Fox and Sock says, that's what I said. For Clue to say it's evil, even by BJ standards, and on a 1 to 10 scale, it's 1,000. Eek face. Brandy Wine's in there, no shocker. So the baby was in the NICU, really? Christy says yes. Bill T says yes, or Stacy says yes. And that's all on that post. Nothing ever came down about this horrible thing that was going to come out about Brittany yesterday. Donna Bird says, it's things Cletus has said already. People need to connect the dots. What dots? Because yesterday on Granny's Watching, they kept acting as if something was coming out horrible about Brittany. And nothing came out. Hey, Monkey Mar. Just Jake says these people in Discord discussion are disturbing. Very sick brains, very. No disrespect, but sounds like may just be dramatic as she is held back by policing. Oh, talking about Julie, yeah. Sally says the prosecutor said both ladies are disliked one more than the other. He watched over 50 hours of YouTube. He's seen FUBJ. Hold on. Dana's back. Cletus said no baby. He also said she was in the hospital, but didn't leave with the baby. Okay. My thing is, what was the big disturbing thing that was going to come out yesterday that Clue kept alluding to? And she had Granny very worked up as well. Oh man, that was awful. When she talked about, wait a minute, when she talked about had Al dead looking baby with an upside down cross on its forehead before the troll came into BJ's chat. That troll was a way to talk about it. Okay. She didn't bog. How'd I miss that? Okay, let me see what y'all are saying. The fact that Julie doesn't know they're called bailiff says a lot. Oh, yeah, she thought it was a police officer. It's a bailiff, yeah. I guess that Brittany, yeah, that's what they were trying to allude to, but I don't know. There you go. Easy to prove if Clue puts the live back up. I don't know what's going on over on Kick, but lives don't stay. That Julie was going to tell the court BJ didn't attend for a reason, a very evil reason. It's hard for me to type words. It's sick. You're okay, hon. Proud Fur Mom says, I think that was it. If it really happened, if BJ really said to the court has an excuse for not going to court, don't you think it would have came out in court? I do. I think that would have came out. I think that's what Clue was wanting to come out. The rumor about the is there a rumor about a stillborn? So dark. Yeah, that'd be a good parody. Solid gold. Queen put pressure on Clue to kick her or Julie. That's fucked up. Oh, God. That's fucked up. They're playing with Julie. Thanks, QB. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know if she put pressure on her, but she definitely wasn't feeling too good about Julie being in there with Julie putting her on another report. The only way they would know any of that would be if they went real life and had someone outside the hospital or their home. QB kept saying they need actual receipts and then showed a screenshot of someone in BJ's chat asking about the rumor. So dumb. I have that screenshot. I'm glad you mentioned that. It's somebody by the name of Mimi, U4, whatever. They went into Brittany's chat, and this is what they said. I got a screenshot of it. Is it true you told the courts that you didn't make it to court last hearing because your baby was stillborn? I'm not stillborn. I'm not trying to be rude, just hearing in the streets. Yeah, that's a troll account. And that account, I think, was made the same day. I think people were able to get it. Yes, only good vibes. I wish people would stop talking about that. Okay, thank you, Wolfie. Stop talking about the baby. It makes me so sick. Brittany does enough on her own. You want to talk about her? Talk about her. And let's not act. Oh. Let's not act like Clue and Cletus have not done some and said some horrible things about the baby. Because they have. Yeah, I don't think it's Brittany trolling herself. I think it's one of those weirdos obsessed. That's what I'm thinking too. I don't have proof, but that's what I think. Critique what she does, leave her baby alone. It's really simple. It is. But they've all normalized it. And I think a lot of people have felt, oh, there it is. Okay, that account was made March 20th. Yep, March 20th of 2026. The Mimi U4 to it, whatever. The one that came in there to ask Brittany that. Yeah, she has stands for sure. Hold on, let me see what Ash is saying. What I was told is that Julie told Clue and Granny that Brittany lied to the prosecutor and judge that she missed due to a stillbirth, and they were busting it out yesterday. And what's so crazy is they never busted out anything. Yes, she kept emphasizing miscarriage of justice in a very ominous voice. Full disclosure, I thought before I knew a fact the baby was real, I thought she could have been faking and would make up a lie like that. But knowing the baby is in fact real, I don't believe it anymore. No. I think Brittany would do a lot of I think she would do some really foul shit to get out of stuff. We all know she's a liar. I'm having a hard time believing she would lie about something like that. I'm really hoping not. But turns out it wasn't even true in the first place. No, they shouldn't. Anything to make her more of a victim, that's all they're doing by doing this. Just, yeah, I don't think so too, Wolfie. You think so, Nasty Rona? She trolled us all. Well, I always thought the lady was crazy and this whole thing was going to backfire in her face. And she's looking like old Barney here on the thumbnail, just taking L's. Imagine, right, knowledgeable idiot. I love that name. Imagine the prosecutor seeing that rumor. Imagine what he saw. That reminds me, let me go Let me find something. Let me go to my history. I think it was Nonsense talking about it. And Brittany, hon, I hope that you don't think that. Hold on. I'm sure Brittany was bragging about it, though. Let's get a ways. This is via Nonsense on the web.
Fabulous,
Let me
having
edit
been
stage.
on the transplant list for 2 years without success. That better not be a lie. Oh gosh, I hope not. Thank you for the support.
It is. I do not believe Julie Skolnick at all, not in the least little bit, on this whole thing with the kidney. She made this up.
That would be rough. But I don't think that's something anybody would. I would hope not. I mean, that's a pretty extensive.
Y'all give me just a minute. I'm going to let Nonsense play for just a minute because there's a part in here somewhere where she talks about this. I'm going to get a little bit more coffee. I'll be right back.
Lie, but then again, I don't know who is feeding this information. It's being said that it could be shared, but we know how the space works. So there's that. I'm still curious what the fuck was this supposed bombshell information that was coming out, because I had no idea today was going to go this way. First of all, I was shocked that BJ and Craig showed up. Mouth probably dropped on the floor like, oh shit, there they are. And the camera was on. And they were both present. And they both said, yes, sir. Like, they were incredibly respectful. I don't know what people thought, but they were. But they were there. They showed up. But I don't think nobody that I spoke to had predicted that this was going to be withdrawn. Absolutely not. So I don't think that was the bombshell. Ronnie G, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Welcome to
Okay,
the
now we're getting into the bombshell. What was the bombshell? Did Granny go live today? Anybody know?
Appreciate you.
These things, these are from another planet.
Entire countdown done to some bombshell information that was supposed to be coming out on Britney, I guess. I don't know. I didn't hear any of this. Like, I don't talk to any of the parties involved in any of this. I have just been covering their own words, how we got here, what has happened, the judicial proceedings, learning that process, a spectator. Of course, I have strong opinions. When you lie about me numerous times over and over, I'm going to have strong opinions. It's weird. Okay. Any questions? Is there any part of this you guys want me to repeat or go over? Allegedly speculating, are you here? You might be working on your video. Please make sure that when Allegedly Speculating drops her video, you go click that like button and share it out. I think it should be not downplayed at all, that the fact that she got props from the municipal prosecutor who's watched her video. Like,
you know, I was thinking yesterday when I was listening to Granny, and to me, this is just the way it came off to me. I'm not saying this is what was going on, but you had Clue up there with her, of course. 400 and some in here. Can you all please hit the like if you haven't already? Clue was up there with her, and to me, it's like they were holding out for something. Granny can go live for a while, but yesterday I think she was a 7-hour live, and it's like they kept waiting for something. Yeah, they never told anybody, but we kept hearing about it, but nothing happened.
3 or 4 times, and was like, oh, I've learned shit from this. I mean,
and has anybody listened to Laura yet? Let me guess. Laura is probably feeling different than any of the rest of us here. How much you want to bet? I just thought about Laura for some reason. Oh, because I saw her in Granny's chat yesterday. Cletus was saying, hush. I think we're set up. Oh, really? I know, exactly. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, she has everything wrong. And Laura is one of those, she's contrary just for the sake of being contrary. She'll wait and see what everybody else is saying. She's like, nope, nope, I don't think that's what it is. Just for the hell of it. When they found out she dropped it, they lost their shit. Did they? I would play it, I guess, correctly. I knew it, Laura. Oh, I can. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you. So, hold on. Y'all gonna love this. Granny's summary of her live from yesterday was not good. They did her dirty. Let me find it. God, where's it at? There it is. So Granny tried to roast Kelsey. I hate to break it to everybody. Kelsey is a beautiful woman. I've seen her. She's actually beautiful. I'm so sorry if that pisses anyone off. She just is. So she tried to say something about Kelsey's picture from the other day. I think it was her birthday one. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kelsey. So Kelsey, she called it a AI, Granny did. So Kelsey actually used an AI summary on Granny's video. Hey, New Jersey Robin. She is MFW. She uses the AI summary on Granny's video, y'all, and the fucking irony. Hey, Allie. Good to see you. So here's what the AI summary says. I wish I would have emailed it to myself. The perception of the host's self-awareness is a common point of contention in her commentary. Throughout the video, she adopts a stance of being an observer of YouTube drama who is above the conflict, while simultaneously dedicating hours to analyzing, reacting to, and discussing those same creators and situations. And it gives you the timestamp. Hey, Dukes. Hey, Kelsey. And the timestamp is 1 hour, 12-minute mark, 2 hour, 1 minute mark. Reason why this creator has a sense of perceived irony. Critique of drama while generating it. The host frequently labels other creators' content as vile or exploitative. 7-minute mark, all the way to the 1 hour and 19-minute mark. Yet her own channel's content heavily relies on breaking down these exact interpersonal conflicts and private legal matters of others. Timestamp 2 hour. Standards for accountability. She demands high levels of accountability from others, specifically Brittany and her circle, regarding their personal lives, parenting, and honesty. Gives a timestamp. However, all right, let me go to it. However, when viewers question her own actions or her decisions to cover specific topics, this is what the AI summary was, y'all. This ain't us. So let me start. Okay. Regarding their personal lives, parenting, and honesty. However, when viewers question her own actions or her decision to cover specific topics, she often frames the criticism as external people trying to control her or unfairly targeting her. Ah, damn. That sucks. The escape paradox. She argues that YouTube should be an escape from our daily lives rather than a place for heavy drama. Yet her stream is explicitly categorized by her and her chat as a venue to monitor and critique the legal and personal proceedings of others. While the host believes she is providing a necessary truth or a different perspective. Oops, sorry. Her critiques often point to this dissonance of has lack of self-awareness. She engages in the same behavior she purports to condemn in others, yet maintains a tone of moral superiority regarding her own engagement in the situation. Damn, Granny. No, you didn't post it. I just read it. Now, that was not a human asking. This was the AI summary. You all can do this after mine. Usually it has to go through monetization and all that and get a summary for this. AI did our way bad a life jacket. And you can ask for a summary of mine and it'll give you one. I don't know if it'll always, be nice to me, but that's what the AI summary of Granny's Live was. Hey, Crimology. Isn't it, though, to give up a kidney? Bitch's line. Nasty Rona says Granny has been stellar. Way better than I ever could. She's given more grace than anyone. Personally, I don't agree with that, but you have your right to your opinion on that. It's just not mine. Yeah, I know. Don't know about Grace. And I don't feel like Clue being up there is helping her in any way. Granny is already very angry. Hold on a second. There was another video I wanted to play. And I just feel like Clue is definitely feeding into that. Now let's hear what Miss Brittany had to say after last night.
Special bottles.
Yeah.
I think this is it. Oh God, hold on.
Here, little Lucy. There you go.
Don't call her that. Hold on.
You know,
No, that's the wrong one.
Call
Hold
her
on.
Mimi Lou
What?
or Mimi. Mimi.
Give me 1 second.
It
I'm
was called
sorry. Hold on.
Mimi earlier.
Sorry.
Good God. She didn't take it down. Conspiracy Central. Oh God, let me move this forward. Because I know it's going to be a bunch of... Hold on.
Got a secret? Can you keep it?
Let's fast forward. I just want to hear what Brittany's take on all this was. I had one crispy treat and I washed it too many times and stopped working. And you all are the ones who actually got it for me. Y'all super chatted me for a coffee warmer for Christmas. So thank you, subscribers. I loved it while it worked. Craigie. Brittany, where are you at? Hello, far. I've got this on. Look, 1.5. There, I'll put it on 2. Where are you? Like
The day and come home, but that's hard when you got little kids, right? So if I go, we would have to get a room where we could take the kids to go upstairs and take a break.
did she talk about court in this one? Yep, Delta Dawn. My God, she's gone again. This is why I can't watch Brittany. I'm sorry, y'all.
And it's, y'all know, everybody knows already. It is, thank God, it's officially done. And
Okay, here's the part where she's talking about it.
it
Whew.
shouldn't have never happened to begin with, but we are officially done with the court. So
Okay.
I just thank you, everybody. Yes,
Thank you, Rebel. So I'll listen to this part, then we'll go to the end.
there were a lot of you who were messaging me, a lot of you who messaged me before, a lot of you who messaged me after. Thank you so much. Hey, Green Spirit, it's good to see you. Hey, Carolina Moon. Girl sent you a prayer this morning. God had this under control. Yes, thank you, Miko's mom. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, and thank you. I appreciate that. I'm sorry if I didn't message you or some of you back. Just know that it is appreciated and it's seen. Girl, so hot. So I didn't say much about it because I kind of figured that maybe I had hold on, y'all. Let me go get her.
God give me strength.
I have no clue. There's several.
I know now they got a newborn, but it was like this before. Don't y'all come for me. It was like this before. Hold on. 2 days later. God. I have fast forward to 80 seconds. Now look, I done messed up my screen. Oh, Brittany.
That ribbon was the coolest one I ever
It
seen.
is, and they can't break it. It's
She probably
made
chew
well.
on it too, huh?
I would think so. She's definitely gnawing it. She's gnawing on this.
She chewing on her hands. She's chewing on everything.
Mm-hmm.
You think she's teething already?
I
Or
don't
is it
know.
just
Some babies do teeth early like this.
I thought she'd be chewing on the nipples.
Okay, I don't care.
I didn't know. Don't let me get it twisted. I didn't know what it was. All I knew was everybody kept saying that I was going to be in trouble. I lied to the prosecutor. Put a one in chat if you heard that. I'm sure y'all all did, right? They had a whole ass countdown for me going to court and that I was going to be in trouble with the prosecutor and that I had lied to the prosecutor.
Oh.
Miko's mom said, "Tell Craig I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him for being on his best behavior today. I know how hard it can be when you are being accused of
Hey,
bullshit."
Marshall,
He actually was. He actually was trying to keep me.
I did. I
y'all
did it
have
to
never heard me
myself.
threaten anybody.
Cracking.
You know, I
No.
might have wished somebody, but not.
Here's my girl cracking asses. Y'all don't know how much I love her. She's so funny. I miss you. I need to talk to you. You have missed a lot.
her, you know, but on somebody else.
But
I
you
might
did-
have wished that on somebody else, but you've never heard me threaten anybody. I've never done that.
No.
Yes, crazy
I hate that
bitch.
you did that because you
Have some employment outside of YouTube. Does this help? Indeed, it does help. But to rely on it, I'd be a fool. Oh, Vicky, you missed it. Remember that old crazy lady? Solid gold. Julie Skolnick that talks to her pillow. She took Brittany here on screen and Craig to court, and then she withdrew. She lost. You're going to have to rewind. Oh, it was a lot, Vicky. I know you've been keeping up with it some.
you know you're breaking one of the 10 commandments. You're bearing
Also,
false witness
yeah.
Professionally in front of the court, not just around the corner.
Yep.
You're breaking one of the 10 commandments, bearing false witness, saying that I threatened you, and you know I hadn't, and everybody knows I've never
Oh, not breaking one of the 10 commandments. Oh, God, Craig.
done that.
Yep.
I might have said you got a big forehead. I might have said you was old or ugly or what, but I've never threatened anybody.
No.
I don't need to threaten a woman. I don't need to threaten anybody. A man, what have you?
Yeah.
You know. So to have to be accused before court of something that I've never done is absolute horseshit.
Yeah. So for me, like what blew my mind was when the judge said, and listen, I was being honest because I really didn't know for sure. Y'all got to remember, Julie, she filed, I think they said that we were up to like 15 police reports or whatever.
Damn,
Now, to be
Julie.
fair, not all of them was on us. They were on other people too.
So they weren't all, so up to 15 reports from Julie Skolnick, not all on Brigg and Brittany, God. Brett and God, I cannot believe I said that. Craig and Brittany. On other YouTubers as well. We know the bees in there.
But when the judge asked me today, Miss Jackson, are you aware of the complaints made against you on December the 4th? I really wasn't sure when I
Which
said that.
one? I mean,
Right. And I didn't want to say,
we
well,
didn't get paperwork until just recently.
yes, just like last week.
This is what our
Mhm.
fourth hearing for this case.
Yeah. And we just got,
Not counting the restraining order.
right.
And they never even sent us paper. I mean, New Jersey needs to get the shit together.
They just
If
now
you want
did.
us to show up for court, you might want to send us paperwork.
Well, so when he said, "Are you aware of the charges or the allegations
Which
made
one,
against you?"
motherfucker?
I didn't want to say which ones because I didn't want him to think I
Sound
was
like an
being
asshole.
smart ass.
Right.
So I said, "No, I don't know which ones." Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought the allegations she made on me
Get some
about
damn reports. Which one are you talking about?
yeah,
Sir?
the stepson. I thought those allegations were from Christmas. I thought that's when I don't know. I guess I was wrong.
Oh my God, y'all. I'd beat the out of him. Good if my husband was behind me talking that much.
But when he read out to me the allegations she filed on the 4th of December, it really was, y'all. I'm not even kidding. You can pull the transcripts or get the transcripts of the courts and check my.
The hardest shit she had was apparently we threatened her with bodily harm.
She said,
we both did. You did too.
Yeah, she said on.
We threatened her with bodily harm.
She filed on.
Craig, you better watch how you're saying that. We threatened her with bodily harm. You did, and I did too. You better watch how you say things. Seriously, Brittany, get noise canceling headphones because I know what he means, but God damn, you all see what I'm saying?
The 4th.
Never.
I
No,
threatened her with
Never.
serious bodily harm.
What, by saying how big your forehead was?
I started to
Hey,
ask the judge,
TT.
Your Honor,
You a flat face line.
I would
Flat forehead.
if I could change anything about today, I would have had the opportunity to ask the judge if he would ask her if she could enlighten us on what exactly it was.
I'd love to hear. Can you
Yeah.
play
No,
some?
no. Leave it alone. Let that prosecutor give his speech and let the charges be dropped. God, I'm glad you didn't open your mouth.
Oh, yeah. Can you prove any of the things you're saying?
Yeah, where did I or Craig
Did
one?
you ever prove it in the first restraining order case? No. Did you ever prove it in this case? No. You
When
never proved anything you falsely accused us of. You're bearing false witness before God Almighty.
When-
Oh
The
my
Ten
God.
Commandments. You need to ask Jesus for salvation.
Oh
When
my
have y'all ever heard
God.
me
I
threaten?
didn't know it was this bad. Oh. He just told Jubilee to ask for. Oh my God. I can't even repeat it.
Bodily harm on anybody on this platform.
Yeah.
Smoke.
I mean, seriously, I'm like, what? What?
I think the worst thing I ever said was I wish somebody would croak, but that wasn't even her. It was somebody else from Chi-Town over there.
Craig has said some unsavory things.
Chi-Town
There's no
over
doubt about
there.
it. But
But still, that ain't a threat.
He had-
Wishing
yeah.
you get sick isn't threatening that I'm going to make you sick.
and
It's a
even
big damn difference.
the examples
Hey,
of what
low-key.
was used against him. First of all, one of the things that was used against him, and we haven't been able to talk about. One of the
I
things
mean, we can say whatever we want now.
I'm still going to be
Why?
careful because I mean, my God, one of the things that
Good God. Why don't she use them all the damn time? Hell.
was used against Craig was one night he was on his game
Okay.
and
It
he was talking
is.
about chomos. And we had been talking about the Epstein stuff. And even her own audience told her this. Her own subs told her this. Craig was talking about chomos. And he was talking
The way
about,
I hear a lot of people say it now is they call it PDF files.
oh,
That's a form of files,
PDF files.
but
I
it
get it.
means
Yeah.
you get it now.
Yeah.
So you call it PDF files.
PDF files. Okay. So Craig was talking about them.
That's the new lingo.
As a matter of fact, he wasn't even talking about any.
Tiff. Julie Skolnick, stop bearing false witness.
Nobody on YouTube at all at that time. Nobody. We were talking about like these sickos out here that have been trending, and the ones that are harming kids and stuff. The elites in the highest forms of our governments, people like that.
I mean, the Epstein files, bro.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with her at all, none. And then she took what you said about CP and said that it was her that you were talking about, and everybody knew that night you were talking about.
He didn't even care, did he?
CP. You weren't talking about her. No, he didn't even care that I know of.
He's got too much trouble to worry about.
No,
To be worried about me.
Jake.
And so it's just like none of this was just. None of this was right. Whether you like me or not.
Yeah, I agree. Brittany, just move on. Julie, too, before you two dodos end up in another courtroom somewhere.
Not, you don't file charges against somebody that's innocent of the things that you're alleged.
I mean, hey, if I said it, I said it, but
Right.
You don't need to lie. And you damn sure don't need to lie in front of court.
She's got her head on my hand and she's asleep. She's sitting up and she's got her little head rested on my hand and she's
She's
asleep.
so fat, she got a neck roll on the back
She
of her
just
neck.
sat here and went to sleep with her little head
She's
rested.
been fighting. I found it funny that what was he the lawyer?
Oh, the prosecutor.
He made a big thing for a minute about how many people were watching and there were thousands of people
Oh
watching
yeah,
it.
yeah.
oh, this is as big as
That was a bit of an over exaggeration.
like it was like, oh my god, this is my fucking
Y'all, he said
chance for the limelight.
that
It was
this
as big as what's the case going right now?
this was as big as the Carmelo
Yeah.
Carmelo case. That was a bit of an exaggeration.
I don't think it's that big, buddy.
No.
Craig's like, I got this, Brittany. Shut up. Oh my God. I just wanted to hear what their thoughts on it was.
That was a
getting
bit
it.
much. Even the judge was like, let's not even go there. Let's not.
And then he was worried about his reputation because they were like, he made it all about him, didn't he?
I kind of don't blame him for that though, because I know you don't know.
Well, I'm sure you wouldn't want your reputation ruined. I get that.
Hold on, y'all. You can keep talking. I just gotta.
Yeah, well, he ain't going to shut
I know you
up.
don't keep up with everything that's going on, but I kind of understood.
Brittany said, you can keep talking. You ain't got to tell Craig twice.
Why he said the things he said about his reputation. A lot of people.
No, I understand. Yeah, you should be able to defend your reputation.
They were accusing
You
him.
too, blessings.
I liked the judge. I actually thought.
He seemed like a decent guy too.
And I think the prosecutor was a nice guy too. I think he was reasonable. And
What I was just trying to make is, it's almost like he realized that that's what it was about.
yeah, I want to.
We didn't dredge this up and make this situation so we could get some clout.
Oh,
No.
It's almost like
God.
he knew that that's what other people were doing.
Right. Yep. I do appreciate him being reasonable. I'm going to read something to y'all.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I said, I haven't been able to really talk about a lot of this, but I know there was.
And to give him some more credit, he
Oh, she's going to read something, and Craig's like, nah, move out the way, Brittany.
was bullshit from the get go. The very
Yeah.
first time we had a little fucking Zoom with him, he said, this shouldn't even be a
Oh, you
case.
can't,
Y'all should take care of this outside of court. This shouldn't be a case.
If he
Yeah.
can't.
So, what are you pulling up?
Oh,
I'm
it
gonna pull
gets
this statement
worse. Y'all keep telling me this gets worse.
So,
I mean, we applied for a court-appointed attorney, and it was so little that they wouldn't even give us one.
Yeah,
And that
so-
tells you how the court didn't even take this seriously.
so it didn't meet the criteria for a public defender because it wasn't. So the way that the clerk had explained it to me, like in the state of New Jersey,
This is some petty ticket shit.
yeah,
Even if she'd have won, we would have got a ticket. That's all that would happen,
in the state of New Jersey,
right? Or
they don't. Well, we probably maybe would have to pay a fine.
find a ticket. What's the difference?
Yeah.
You say shit.
In
You know
the,
what I'm saying?
in the state of Hey, Warwick, are you here? Can you send me that statement that Julie had made on why she
Drop it.
dropped the charges, please? I want to read that.
Pull it up for him. And they said that they think my restraining order is still ongoing. Show them that too.
Hey, extra
No,
people.
It's not. His restraining order is not. That was dropped as well. Julie took an L. Should take an L.
It's all been dropped, you
No,
guys.
everything's dropped. Everything's over. I haven't said anything.
It's
I've
all-
kept-
Hey,
false
Rubber
allegations, nothing
Ramada.
stood up, can
Yeah.
stand in court, nothing stuck. If that won't stand, that's the best you had. There's nothing else that'll stand. It's over.
Hey, Dusty Rose, how are you? What are you saying, Dusty Rose?
Let me see what.
My point is, you know in your heart that you're bearing false witness that I've never accused you, or never not accused, but I've never said that I was going to cause any harm to you. Brittany's never said that. You
He
bear
loves the term bearing false witness. He loves it. Like the bee loves suddenly, what the hell if I knocks you out? People get these terms and then they just like keep using them. Bearing false witness, we could have made that a drinking game.
false witness before.
Oh my God.
The whole world online, and then you did it in front of the court, and that's one of the 10 commandments. Maybe you don't believe in Jesus. I understand you're a Jew. You don't believe
You
in
said this already.
Jesus, but that's definitely one of the 10 commandments. That goes back with Moses, and you just bear false witness
Hey,
before God and
Michelle.
everybody. I think you need to, sacrifice a lamb or something.
Hold on a minute.
What? Did he just what? Hold on.
That's definitely one of the 10 commandments. That goes back with Moses, and you just bear false witness before God and everybody. I think you need to, sacrifice a lamb or something.
Hold on a
What
minute.
the fuck? He said, no, how far? I think you need to sacrifice a lamb or something. Julie?
Okay, Judy,
This
is
is
there a
so
reason why you would
bad.
say that? Oh my goodness. Hold on a minute.
Oh my God.
Judy said, how long has Yehuda Roth been gone? I'm afraid someone may have discovered her real identity and turned her into her community.
Exactly.
Why would you say that,
Leon.
Judy? And I mean, now that you mention it, yes,
Basically.
Yehuda has been gone for a while.
I know. Basically, actually. Oh,
Ashlyn,
hey, Pinto.
Julie Skolnick said something to me months ago.
Leave
What, Judy,
the
that she was
lambs
going to
alone.
turn, that she was going to turn Yehuda in?
Damn.
Come on, man.
Oh,
Damn. For what?
Yeah, no, Yehuda had her baby a little while ago, Ashley, so it wouldn't be that. You know what? I'm going to text her. I got her number. I forgot about that. If somebody,
And I didn't mean that in
Exactly.
some sort of, religious way. I'm saying I don't know what you do, but when you're breaking the 10 Commandments, who do you pray to?
Oh, my
you know,
God.
God
you know,
forbid you
if
say
I
that
did
we're
It's
that,
on the 10 Commandments again. Oh, my God. When does this end? Y'all didn't lie to me, at least. You said it got worse.
admit it.
what would I do?
Right.
Back in the day, that's what I read in the book. They used to, sacrifice a lamb whenever you. So I mean,
Yeah.
you know in your heart, you beyond your heart. Everybody knows that nobody accused you of bodily harm. They never did. That was
Right.
the strongest, thing you had, and it didn't stick. You had no evidence, and you're bearing false witness before God and the world. So whatever it is,
Bearing false witness. I'm going to count this later. How many times was bearing false witness said?
you need to do, I think you might need to do something.
Yeah. He was clarifying.
Silence
He
of
definitely
the
did. Yeah, he
Craig.
didn't mean. Yeah. Where's Fuzzball Factory been too? Good point,
So we said silence of the Craig.
just Aaron. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But that worries me about
I don't know what
Yehuda.
they do anymore.
Damn, that worries me about
In
Yehuda.
sense, I don't know.
Has anybody seen Yehuda? Anybody? Because she was here every night except for Friday. Friday night they had Sabbath, and
You probably scared her off talking about sacrificing lambs. Where you at? What's her name? Yehuda.
she wouldn't be here then. But she was here every single night, and now she hasn't. That, oh man.
No, but I still support Israel. The whole world's turning on Israel right now. The Bible said that's what's going to happen in the end days.
Oh
And I
my
still support
God.
it.
I support Israel too. If somebody turned Yehuda in, I'm going to be like that.
Turn Yehuda-
That is so freaking
Well, what would they turn Yehuda in for? Did she sacrifice a lamb?
full. Oh my God.
Everybody always turns to the war stuff. War is war. War is nasty. It doesn't matter who it is.
Oh my God.
With Pishat and Omer, Chuvos, and the baby that can explain her absence. But her baby was born months ago, though. Yehuda,
Oh my God. I'm going to let these two ramble on. I got to use the ladies' room so bad. I'll be right back. Y'all don't go nowhere.
baby.
Where's
Her baby's at
Yehuda?
least 5 or
She's got a
6 months
beautiful family.
old.
You showed me pictures.
Oh,
of her.
Yehuda,
How
yeah.
many babies she's got?
Yehuda's got like 5, I think.
And they're
She's
like-
me.
They're
Probably-
practicing Orthodox too.
Oh yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Her if somebody turned her into her community, that's
She live in
effed
America,
up.
or
Yeah, she lives in America.
Yeah.
But she lives in an Orthodox community, and they're very, very.
But they take care of each other. Tight.
Hold on one second, y'all.
Right?
If they turned her in, that's my friend, and oh my God, I'm gonna be so
If
mad.
y'all turned her in, Lord God.
Yeah, because Yehuda's a good person, man. She's been here for us. Yehuda, yeah, Yehuda
She
was,
supported us. Never needed to. She didn't have to.
yeah,
but
Yehuda was here after. I'm gonna
that's
text
what
her,
I'm
y'all.
saying. Like, I used to work for a Jewish family. I dated a Jewish girl one time. Like, I love Jewish people.
I would not put anything past Julie.
I
Yeah,
can't believe Julie's done this shit.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna say that she did, but
She's the first one I've come across that was not a good person.
she did target. She did target Yehuda for supporting me. So I don't know. She absolutely did. But there's some things I want to talk about. I would not put anything past for sure. Josie, there's no reason for haters to make up some horrible lies. Just Arian, what happened? It's related to some strict Jewish.
Did we find Yehuda while I was gone? Is Emily in here? Hey, Emily. Good God. Craig over here talking about sacrificing lambs. Yehuda's missing. Who's Yehuda?
laws. Yeah, I don't want to say too much, y'all, because I don't want to put her business out. Brittany, a lot of people are on vacation with school out. I really hope that's all it is, y'all.
Not
because
yet.
I love Yehuda. Oh, she was so nice, and she was always here. with us.
Right.
She would. That is true, Miss Gloria. You got to put
Oh, how far? Brittany is desperately seeking Yehuda.
Yehuda would disappear for weeks at a time sometimes. So maybe that's just all. it is.
Paging Yehuda.
Yeah, when I was in high school, I used to work at the UPS store, and there was a Jewish couple that
Oh,
lived on that
thank
store.
God.
Yeah.
And they gave me my first real job, and I made good money too. They paid me like a grown man. I was just a little high school boy.
Oh, Judy, do you really? Okay.
They were a good, sweet couple.
Actually know the community she lives in since she said she's Satmar. I have a friend in the adjacent community. Judy, are you
Oh my
are you Jewish too?
Oh,
Brittany, I
no,
put some
Paul.
screenshots in Discord. Thank you so much, War Eagle. And I would like to, I'm going to send a shout out to War Eagle too. I'm about to put you on the spot, girl. War Eagle has given me so much. Like I'm
I
telling you out of
know.
everybody. And there, a shout out to a lot of you guys in Discord. A lot of you have gathered evidence, but War Eagle has been on it. Like War Eagle deserves a damn paycheck. I ain't even lying.
We'll
So I
pay
just want to
up.
say thank you, War Eagle, for
Oh, is
for
it?
all your help.
Okay.
Like seriously, because
Oh, it's
and one of the
cringe.
in the thing that I'm going to read, I didn't say a whole lot to you guys because I was trying to be very cautious, but I was actively sending things to the prosecutor.
Uh-oh.
You know, and I'm not you for that. And other people said that, you know, that might have been a waste of time too. But I think, you know, look,
Well, now we may know who was sending things to the prosecutor. That would be Brittany. Okay.
looking back on it now after what happened today, maybe that was it was worthwhile after all.
Oh shoot! Hold on, I forgot like a mofo that members only was on. I'm turning members only off if you want to talk in here, Yehuda. Dang,
That's what it was.
Yehuda.
I forgot my members only was on.
Well, at least she's not gone.
I turned members only on, only to keep the trolls from commenting before I went live. I meant to turn it off when I
Did
went live. Hold on a
Yehuda
minute.
make it? Where you at,
Lord.
girl?
I mean, you know, all we can do is speculate at some points, but you know, maybe some of what you sent to that prosecutor, he may have turned around and said, you know, you need to back off
Here
because
comes
they've got
Yehuda.
evidence against you that might hurt you. You might need
Maybe,
to
yeah.
stop.
I mean,
That might have been, you know, what turned the tables.
she.
Maybe he looked at it and said, they got a lot against you right here. I think you need to stop before they turn tables on you.
Well, I am going to read what she said. The prosecutor did tell her that I sent screenshots.
And let's be fair, she never had a lawyer. She never produced any evidence, not in the restraining
the
order, not in
hell?
this case. All she did was come in there and make accusations, hearsay. She never had a lawyer, never had evidence. We had lawyers, we had evidence. I mean, you know, how far do you want to take it down the road and with empty hands on? You know, how far do you think you're going to go with that?
Yeah. All right.
I imagine that's what he told her.
Yehuda, get in the damn chat.
They got their hands full and you got nothing.
It should be good now.
Oh, God.
Let
Save
me double check, make
Yehuda.
sure. Yeah, we should be good now. Members only should be off. There we go. Hey, Cinderella. All right, let's give a shout out to our girl Ashlyn real quick. Ashlyn, thank you.
What the hell's
If you
that?
were gifted a membership from Ashlyn, please tell her thank you.
What was that, y'all? A train?
I'm gonna read what Julie, I guess,
15 different calls, you know. How long do you think you can do that?
or 15 reports. Yeah.
How long do you
There
think you
she
can do
is.
that before one of these judges turns around and looks at you and says, you need to stop? You know?
Oh, there's
There's my girl.
Yehuda. Oh, there she made it. Hey, Britt, I'm here. Oh, bless her. Whoo, Brittany was looking for Yehuda, but she made it.
Yeah. Yep. There's my girl. She says, "Hi, Britt. I'm here. This is Yehuda's in the house." I was getting worried. I was like, "Oh my God, where is she?"
Uh,
And she said, "I had a hard few weeks. My toddler became the age of a trouble."
okay,
trouble.
Yehuda's safe.
I'm so happy you're here, Yehuda. I'm so glad to see you, girl. I was about to get fighting mad.
I doubt it.
I was like, "I better leave my friend
Hey,
alone."
That
TLC.
would suck if they reported her in her community. wouldn't it?
Grandma Sherry. Is Yehuda marked safe from Julie?
Yeah.
We don't even know what the hell that would even entail.
All right. So, Just Nicole says, if anyone's having a hard time chatting now, that members only is off. Just exit all the way out and come back. It happened to me. Oh, 18 months, Yehuda? Oh,
You know, that members only typing thing I don't like. When I do members only, I'll just do members only. But to be live for the public, but only members can type, I don't know. That makes me feel weird. There's
Oh, yeah.
Tiny.
terrible twos. Good to see you, Tasha. Hi, Jeanette.
I think
Hey,
so.
Michelle Johnson. Hey, Brenda. Sally, welcome.
No, he'd be much better off if he were raised by wolves. So.
Everybody. Brandy Dandy. Yay, you can talk. I'm so sorry, you guys. I didn't mean, I had no intention of leaving subscribers only mode on.
I
Britt, I
doubt
texted
it.
you. There's no way that
Let's see.
he mentioned somebody in Arizona, like they were going over the court
I'm
case
sure
in
all the people
Arizona.
that were in there, somebody reported you, right?
Yeah, but he absolutely
We
did.
did.
No, we did not at all.
Remember the judge said, don't do that.
Mhm.
You can worry about us. We
No, no, and I told that prosecutor when I was sending him evidence, I told him that, you know, we had no part in that Zoom hearing being leaked
I swear,
with the prosecutor.
Amber.
And that's on them. You know, even if you really thought it was us, that's on them. That's their job to get them for contempt, right? So obviously they couldn't do their job and find out who it was. So
Well, I told
And y'all wonder why I don't cover Brittany much? Okay, Wolfie. Do y'all wonder why? I can't. This is too much. It's too much. Too many overlapping voices. God, I just wanted to hear what they had to say about court.
told him,
And now we're sacrificing lambs.
Craig and I would
that's on you,
cooperate.
Judge.
We would cooperate, you know, as much as they need us to. We have no problem. Because we're innocent. The truth stands on its own. You don't have to worry about that. I was wondering why.
I mean, he's a judge. He could have requested our phone records and internet records if he wanted.
Tell them, Craig. Truth will stand when the world's on fire.
So he could have got all that. He didn't want to, apparently.
Well, I'm going to read it in her own words,
All he had to do was get paper.
I know.
right? So turn the page. Turn the page. Turn to
I
turn the
wouldn't
pages. I
blame
wonder
you,
why
Jay.
JS decided to drop everything. Well, I'm going to read what JS said. I guess JS wrote this in Discord. So I'm going to read it to y'all. This is what she said regarding.
And this is the one, I think this is going to be the one that Body posted and I read.
Dropping the hearing or the charges. She says, "Hi, dropping the charges was not a thought in my head when I woke up on Monday. But after meeting with the prosecutor and knowing that the
I just want to hear what Brittany's got to say about it.
defendants made in quote unquote 11th hour request, okay, just that morning, that would guarantee more weeks, if not months.
Yeah, we found
long
you.
delays. After having a trial, I felt crushed once again." All right, I'm going to stop there to say, she said the same thing about our attorney when we hired her. She said we came in on the 11th hour and hired an attorney. No.
For my case, I had an attorney for the job.
Right. She said the same exact thing.
Craig said I had for my case, I had an attorney from the jump. Now you, Brittany, I wasn't hiring one for you. You had to figure that out yourself, you and your subscribers.
Never had an attorney. You could afford one. Yeah,
No,
just like you never had evidence.
She
either.
said the morning of the hearing,
This
the first hearing.
was really your case.
So that there's no
Oh.
11th hour.
Attached me back to it. At first, my name was scratched out, and then they
Yeah,
decided,
that was weird too.
oh no, you're still a part of it.
Okay, so
I would have had my lawyer on this too, but my lawyer apparently was fed up with this shit too.
the prosecutor has been inundated with people emailing.
What do you mean your lawyer was fed up with it too if you're paying him? Yeah, YouTube messages is back. I swear, y'all, we had this years ago, back, I think it was late 2019, early 2020. They got rid of YouTube messages. It's nothing to be scared of. It's an easier way to send out links.
Telling him this is what Skolnick is saying.
She didn't even want the damn money.
The prosecutor has been inundated with people emailing him.
Why wouldn't your attorney want the money? That didn't make sense.
So-called evidence. Julie, there is no quote
You
unquote
never had
so-called
any
evidence.
on it. You never showed any evidence. Not in the first, not in the second. You never had any evidence.
Everything that I
It wasn't back in the day, but I don't see it any different than Instagram or Discord. When they got rid of that, we all figured out we'll just go over to IG and we'll talk that way and send links that way. I mean, I don't know. I won't be having full-on conversations with it, but I appreciate that YouTube brought it back. I thought it was stupid to take away.
sent to the
It's all
prosecutor
hearsay.
it wasn't hearsay. It was people's own words, your own words.
We've got video recordings. You know?
Right. Yeah. Like there is no,
Not just links. It's saved. It's there. Still to this day, we've
Right.
got recordings.
I mean,
You had nothing but hearsay.
yeah. So okay. So she
You
says,
never would have won anything.
the prosecutor has been inundated with people emailing him with so-called evidence. He received a barrage of emails just in the last few days. He was upset by people calling into question his ethics. In fact, he seemed more disturbed by that than what has happened.
Well,
And
his
continues
feelings
to
as
happen.
a lawyer is his problems. It has nothing to do with our case.
Right.
Hey,
The judge
Remy.
told him that too, didn't he?
Yeah. He seems more disturbed by that than
You don't got the balls to do the case. Maybe you should drop it.
than what has happened and continues to happen to me and my family in the past 6 months. This case has dragged on. Okay. I want to stop right there. I want to say this.
You could have dropped at any point.
I can't speak for anybody else, but I can certainly speak for myself and Craig in terms of I know what we're doing and not doing. And this, her and her family being harassed, I and Craig are not doing any of that. Never have, never would.
I don't believe that either. I don't believe Craig and Brittany were harassing Julie Skolnick at all. That was a reach. And we saw what happened with that. Julie failed miserably.
And we have no knowledge of that. And I can tell you this.
We never threatened you. We never harassed you.
Nope.
And if you say we do, you're bearing
Well, now he's going to say bearing false witness again, y'all. I'm not kidding.
false witness before God Almighty.
Oh my
Yahweh,
God.
I know because I know you don't believe in Jesus, but God Almighty himself. So keep doing it.
Who
You'll be judged.
who is threatening her family? Because I feel like when it comes to this type of situation,
never threatened.
especially now
Never.
being falsely accused and dragged into court and all of that, like I feel like if you're going to come out and tell everybody what's happening, you need to put a name on it. Don't just say your
You need to have
family.
proof.
Yeah, don't say
Play
your
a clip. Play an audio clip. Play something.
yeah, because she's
Brittany, what I'm hoping is you learn a lesson from this too. Do I think you will? No, not particularly. But you, ma'am, have also misused the court system, haven't you? Yes, you have.
Something.
she's saying her
You've never backed up anything you've ever said.
she's saying her and her family have been harassed. Right here, she says, in fact, he seemed more disturbed by that his ethics were in question
He
than
did care about that, didn't he?
what has happened and continues to happen to me and my family in the past 6 months. This case has dragged on. Listen,
He did care about his reputation.
you need to put a name on it. You need to put a name on it.
If somebody threatened me, damn sure wasn't us.
Don't blame us for that.
It ain't have shit to do with us because we ain't asked anybody to do that. Nor would we
No,
ever.
no, and I'm gonna go a step further and say this.
He seems like a decent guy.
Not only would we not ask somebody to harass
He
her
told you from the get-go you need to let it go.
or anybody else, if I found out somebody that I'm affiliated with, where
Let me take a pause real quick and get all y'all that gifted membership, super chats. Let me get y'all something real quick because if I don't, I'll forget.
Soup and bun bun. Yo, they don't serve that too. Keep it pushing, baby. Soup out the kitchen.
That's for Texas Girl and Wolfie, I'm pretty sure. And the gifted memberships from Shayna on her birthday.
Get this, I'm out of sight. Pull the cord, they still tight. Some streets too wild for my mic tonight. Keep it pushing, keep it tight. Boom bap kicking, low and right. Bun, 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 hopping not so bright. They run these YouTube streets tonight. Hey.
Wanted to get y'all that before I forgot. Thank you so much. And I've been paying attention to the chat this time for any gifts. All right, let's get back to it.
harassing her or her family, I would 100% sever ties with that person.
Just about.
I will disavow you because I do not believe that anybody should harass another person or their family, period. I'm against that 100%. But if you're going to come out here and you're going to say that this is happening to you,
That's all you've done.
you
Tom.
need to put names on who's doing this to you because I, for one,
And you can't because you're lying.
and Craig do not want to be falsely accused again. And I got to be honest with you, there is a little bit of something that I didn't like about that hearing today. I don't like that we were talked to, like we have, like they said both sides were recording the court hearing and
We
both
didn't do
sides.
anything
No,
wrong.
we haven't done any
We
of
never
that.
threatened anybody.
None of
We
our
didn't
friends have
record a
either.
thing.
And for some reason, I don't feel, I still maintain this, that Craig or Brittany had anything to do with the recording. That's just me personally. I don't know if we'll ever find out, but I don't feel like it was Craig or Brittany on that. I just don't.
We never showed, any of the privated conversations with the
We didn't come on
lawyer
here and
or-
talk about court. This is the first time we've done it.
because it's safe for us to do now.
And y'all know that. We weren't coming on here giving
You know how hard it was
play-by-play.
for me to fucking bite my
Oh
tongue?
my God, me too.
I'm up here throwing back shots and still keeping my tongue tied. Come on, man.
I mean, seriously though, that was frustrating because How long has this been going on? 6 months? And we
How
have
long have
sat
you been
here.
calling on her house?
Oh,
How
2
long
years.
How long
2
have you
years.
made CPS calls and cop calls and
2
ambulance
years.
calls? How many calls have you made to our animal control? How many calls have you made on her house for how long?
Animal control. Did that happen? Oh, yeah, it did over cats.
You kept our mouth shut.
Yeah. But just regarding this the courts, we
It's been
haven't.
going on. My point was a lot longer than just this.
Proud
weekend.
The
Her
people
mom.
here in my chat, hey, April,
That is a good way to put it. It really is.
all of you that have been here, you can vouch and say, you know for a fact, we weren't coming on here giving play-by-plays of court.
You
We
wanted
haven't
us
been
to.
doing any
You
of it.
begged us to tell us.
Agreed.
We never did.
I think that Julie is talking about nonsense harassing her because she can't handle hearing the truth of her own words.
Exactly.
All right, let me give a shout out to Judy real quick. Judy,
Anybody on, even if you ain't fully on my team, you know, the support is
thank
appreciated.
you for
It
putting
made
the
a
truth
difference.
out there. Yeah,
Yeah,
I will say
I
that.
think it made a difference.
But I do want to say this. Let's go ahead and clear this up because they are trying to,
I
say
don't know her, but we ain't friends.
we've
I've
never
talked
had a
to her.
conversation with nonsense. The bitch just put a damn fucked up picture of me on her thumbnail, and she said my baby was born addicted. So there ain't no,
Yeah, we're great friends, right?
we ain't braiding hair over here by any means.
Thanks for the half-hearted.
Oh, yeah. They try to say, I saw people actually saying, y'all listen to this. I hope you're happy, nonsense. What? Because nonsense and allegedly speculating, and a lot of us didn't believe what Julie was trying to do was okay. We thought it was a misuse. We knew it was a misuse. We know it's a misuse of the system, and it backfired on her tremendously. That now, somehow, it's Nonsense's fault. You cannot make this shit up. Hold on. I mistyped that. It wasn't BJ and it wasn't Julie, just to clarify. If anyone wants to screenshot that and say I'm calling someone. Yeah, I don't believe it was either. I just don't. But yeah, people were saying, I hope you're happy, nonsense. Like nonsense had something to do with what happened in court yesterday. Are you people okay? Yes, she wouldn't have stopped. Right, go get her.
Shit, we did get.
I do want to say this though. We ain't worked with her. I haven't talked to Nonsense. Craig's never talked to Nonsense.
I don't know what she looks like.
Nonsense has not done any, all this shit about Nonsense is doing this for Brittany. They're in cahoots. Nonsense.
No, everybody's doing it for their
DJ.
channel and for their money.
No, it ain't nothing like that at all.
That's fine. I get it.
And on top of that, Nonsense said all she sent to the prosecutor was the email she received of the link to the court hearing. That's
Somebody
it. That's
sent her
all.
the link.
Yeah, her and I think.
Whoever sent you that was trying to fuck you over. Bro.
Yeah, I think they were trying to set her up. I think they were trying to
Good thing you were smart enough to take that thing.
set me up.
And meanwhile,
He's like, shoot, good thing you were smart enough not to take that bait.
they did what computer controls.
Yeah.
That's how they bypassed it.
I do want to say thank you to Nonsense and allegedly speculating.
Yeah, I mean,
They don't like me and I don't care for them, but I do appreciate you
right.
putting the truth out regardless of how you
Even
feel.
if you still don't
Yeah.
like
Okay,
it.
that's fair. That's fair. I like how she worded that. They're not over there braiding each other's hair. Don't like them. They don't like her. Fair. But at least to me, they were fair about this whole thing. It's just that simple. They didn't help Brittany in any way. This justice that you all wanted to come through Julie Skolnick it wasn't going to help Brittany, or not Brittany. It wasn't going to help Brittany, and it wasn't going to harm Granny's watching. And I keep seeing that. And to me, I just don't know how people are making that leap.
This week, I ain't asking you to be my fucking friend. Take
Nope.
me tomorrow, but
Yep.
you did help us out whether you wanted to or not.
And with that being said, my child is
Now,
perfectly
him saying that right there, they're going to take that and run with it.
healthy and not born addicted. And that's one more thing
Backfired.
I wanted to
I mean,
say.
that's slander and defamation right
Yeah,
there.
man, fuck that. She might hear that one day, Nonsense. I want you to really think about
It
that.
never goes away.
You don't want my little girl to hear that shit. That's awful.
That's what they say now. Like, if you did OnlyFans or something, 20 years from now, your daughters and your sons would see that.
Yeah.
Because it's always going to be there.
Yeah.
So the things you're doing, the children are going to see later on. Your
What's that
children,
got
other
to
people's
do with
children,
OnlyFans? What?
if you got half a heart to fucking see.
Yep. All right. So let me finish reading this real quick so we can get past it.
They did, Ash. These people act like it was the trial or case of the century. I know.
Thank you so much, Judy. I appreciate it, guys.
Well,
If you don't mind, there's 442 listening. Please click that thumbs up. It's greatly appreciated.
Think about, like, I never really knew my dad's dad, my grandpa,
Hey,
you know, on that
Landry.
side.
Mhm.
But imagine, you know, you never really knew your grandma, and like years
Okay,
go by.
that's it. That's all. This is why I cannot review them. I cannot. Oh my God, I'm going to pull my hair out. My curls. God dang. Ooh. Why are you going to sit on your hands, low-key? What's wrong? Anyway. Phew. This is why I cannot review them. There's just too many overlapping voices and just carrying on too much. He keeps talking about the craziest shit, sacrificing lambs and what was it? Whatever he kept talking about. Anyway, Julie, you made a complete ass of yourself. I don't know what the wildebeest was talking about yesterday, acting like something. What is on my microphone? Something big was coming down the pipe, and whoa, it was going to be huge. And it seemed like she was waiting, Granny, that is, waiting patiently for something, save the lambs, for something to happen, and nothing happened. I'm sorry, y'all. If you were hoping that Julie Skolnick was going to be the one to take those two down, that's not how that's going to happen. Not going to be in the form of a Julie Skolnick. Brittany will take down herself without Julie Skolnick. All right. Anyway, y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate you always hitting the thumbs up. They go into that on this video. Oh, do they? I'll have to come back. I'll be back tomorrow. After I take something for my damn nerves. No, I'm kidding, y'all. I will review the rest of it tomorrow. That's all I can take of them. It really is. Anyway, I'm out. Y'all have a beautiful and blessed night. I'll probably see y'all, if not in the morning, afternoon.